First up, Illinois State Police, they are confirming that they have enforced the state's gun ban, at least in one instance. And that's what we've learned in the past 24 to 48 hours. After requesting a statement from Illinois State Police concerning what we heard over the weekend from Todd Vandermeide, a longtime gun rights advocate, talking about the situation he had heard about when he woke up over the weekend, dealing with somebody who had enforcement action against them for the issue of having firearms that might have been banned. So here's Todd Vandermeide on, I believe, Saturday morning over the weekend, whenever he was raising the issue of a tip that he had received concerning the enforcement that Illinois State Police conducted against at least one individual after the state banned certain types of guns and magazines. Here's Todd Vandermeide on his YouTube channel, Freedom's Steel.
Reports that the state police have paid a visit to an individual. That individual had purchased a couple of firearms after January 10th. The state police showed up, according to the reports that I have, and in talking with somebody who has talked with this individual, they had copies of paperwork for 2 firearms he bought in contravention to the bill and law that Governor Pritzker signed, turned around, asked to see those guns. He let them in the house, and they confiscated the 2 firearms. No criminal charges have been filed, but it appears that there was a gun shop that was selling stuff post the enactment. And I don't know what's happened with the gun shop. I haven't talked to them. Tom Dart and everybody can say there aren't going to be any house-to-house searches. I would beg to differ with you, Sheriff. When Kathleen Stances from GPAC was out there poo-pooing the notion of house-to-house searches, well, here it is, January 27th, and we have our first home knock.
So again, that's Todd Vandermeide over the weekend, and first thing Monday morning, I put a message into Illinois State Police to get some kind of statement or confirmation as to the enforcement efforts of Illinois State Police for the Illinois measure that bans certain types of semi-automatic weapons from being sold, as well as certain types of magazines over a certain capacity. So the Illinois State Police Monday, they said State Police did conduct an enforcement effort. State Police spokesperson telling me that earlier this month, they did go against a business for, quote, openly advertising the sale of banned weapons. Now, the statement said the investigation is ongoing and additional information was not available immediately. But they also went on to say that state police are charged with upholding all state laws, including enforcement of businesses that openly violate current laws. This, as you've got, sheriffs across the state that are saying they're not going to enforce this. And we saw a bit of a dust up in DuPage County, where the board there was looking to possibly sanction the sheriff of DuPage County, James Mendrick, for his statement saying he's not going to enforce the state's gun ban. But apparently the DuPage County board, they rescinded the possibility of sanctioning Mendrick, saying that they came to mutual understanding about keeping DuPage County safe and upholding laws. And the sheriff acknowledging that that does not mean they're going to go door to door looking for guns. But it does look like that Illinois State Police are doing that. So at least in one case that state police have confirmed when it comes to a business. Now, what happens with an individual, we shall see, and what kind of prosecutions there are, we shall see. So I've got messages in elsewhere to try to get more detail. We're hearing it could be near Rockford. We're hearing it could be near in Winnebago County where some of this enforcement action may have happened. But it's been, 3 weeks since the Protect Illinois Communities Act, the state's ban on certain types of weapons and magazines has been implemented. All while you've also got a trial hearing in the case against the Highland Park shooter That's going to be today. You've got Chicago media saying that the judge usually is going to inquire of the prosecutors and the defense attorneys to ensure that the case is going to proceed without any issues. So the Highland Park suspect, the shooter suspect in the Independence Day parade, going to be in court today. As we've got Chicago homicides continuing at alarming rates, 34 people slain so far, according to the Chicago Tribune, in homicides. And apparently that's just one more than the same time period last year. But still, that's more than one a day at the city of Chicago when it comes to homicides. So has the Protect Illinois Communities Act, the state's gun ban, as they work to enforce it, is it going to cut down on gun violence? We shall see. But obviously, with the Illinois State Police enforcing this with a statement they provided, kind of interested to see how this is going to proceed forward. But coming up, we will talk about some other issues concerning guns and the litigation. If you want to stay up to date, you can, of course, each and every day right here, 6 to 9 with Springfield's Morning News on WMAY. You can also follow me with Bishop on Air on Twitter, YouTube, and elsewhere.